and let me just confirm to you what I've been telling you now for the last 24 hours. Ederson to Manchester United, deal off. I know there have been different informations, other people saying that it's still not decided, it's still not clear, we still have to wait, and again, I respect absolutely all of that, but Atalanta confirmed again today that the player has been informed that he has to return to Atalanta. He's not going to be signed by Manchester United, so that's the position of the club. Atalanta are ready to welcome back the player. Atalanta believe Ederson is absolutely okay and fit, ready to play football on a regular basis, so no issues about that one. I can also add to you that Ederson already left England, and Ederson is ready now to go to holiday and then return to Atalanta. So that's the stance of parties involved, waiting for Manchester United stance. I imagine after what happened, Manchester United want to take an official position, and I respect that, obviously. So we have to wait for Man United position as well, but Atalanta and also the players' camp make clear that the deal is not happening anymore. Also, a little bit disappointed on player side, because Ederson really had this dream of playing for Manchester United. So the story is quite clear. Manchester United remain keen on signing new midfielders, because Andre Santos is done. Also, many of you asking me why Andre Santos is not official. Guys, I'm not controlling the social media of Man United to make announcements, but I can guarantee to you that Andre Santos is signed, completed. Also, the contract has been signed yesterday. Andre Santos already completed everything, so Ederson is off, but Andre Santos is happening, and the deal is guaranteed. £50 million, 48 plus 2, and everything. Then I keep receiving many questions on what's going on with Ederson. Guys, first point, Man United in midfield, even after Andre Santos, feel they are not done. Ederson will undergo a medical this week, so it will be this week at Manchester United. There will be Ederson taking a medical in the UK, because Man United made the first check in the US and they want to do more check with their own staff in England. At the moment, the deal is still not confirmed. So today I can tell you, Ederson to Man United, here we go, in the sense of what I told you in June, agreement between all parties. The player is having a medical. It's all agreed verbally. But to tell you, is Ederson to Manchester United closed, signed, completed? Not yet. At this stage, not yet. And we have to be careful, because there is a medical to do in England, and Man United will then communicate to Atalanta and to the player what they feel about that medical. So we have to be careful and to wait until the end for that medical of Ederson.
Well, as the World Cup moves into the latter stages, business is starting to heat up in the Premier League. For more on the latest transfer news, as you can see, I'm joined by James Savundra. James, we've seen some major midfield moves already in the Premier League. Looking like Manchester United might be next in line to make a move. Who are they looking at?
Well, Aurelien Tchouameni and Alex Scott remain very high on their list of midfield targets. They've missed out on Mateus Fernandes. He's joining Tottenham. We've seen Elliot Anderson go to Manchester City. Sandro Tonali will be confirmed very soon as a Spurs player as well. And we know midfield is the priority for Manchester United in this transfer window. So I mentioned those two players there. In terms of other players on this list, Felix Metscher, Ayoub Boadi, Sander Berger at Fulham, and Eduardo Camavinga at Real Madrid. Now, the situation around the two Real Madrid players is slightly confused here, because Real Madrid themselves are looking for a revamp in midfield this summer. So if they are to bring in a midfielder, we know they've been looking at the likes of Rodri. They put out a statement about Enzo Fernandez, which we'll get onto later today. But if there is room for them to move on one midfielder, it's felt Camavinga could be the player who departs. So that could be a potential alternative for Manchester United. But it feels like Alex Scott and Tchouameni are two of the top targets right now.